Movies this week is definitely just going to be short and sweet. We've got two things to talk about, not counting the movie suggestion. And the movie suggestion actually is a little bit more interesting this week than normal as well. We're going to get into that. No follow-ups or corrections to... Hello nerds! You have found the place for all of the nerdy movie updates worth talking about. More than just comic book movies, though that is a good chunk of what we cover here in the news. We get nerdy about all kinds of movies, as well as the art of making movies in general. If you like this kind of news reporting, then go check out the full show over on the main channel called The Week in Nerddom, where we talk about TV and comic books and gaming and rumors and etc., everything in between. You can find the link to that down in the description or at the end of this video. Now, let's hear about all that movie goodness, shall we? We do have a trailer, though, to talk about. Actually, if I were to film on a different day, we would have two trailers to talk about because the Watchmen trailer is supposed to be dropping tomorrow as I'm filming this. So that we're probably going to be talking about when we get back, assuming it is what I'm hoping it is, or at least some resemblance thereof. But the actual trailer we do have this week is Batman Ninja is getting a sequel. It's called Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League. Yakuza League instead of the Justice League. Yes, that is correct. That is how this movie, the first movie rather, was so bonkers. Like, I'll be very surprised if the second one is much more linear and coherent. It is... Yeah, that's about as much praise as I can give it without giving away much. It's worth a watch if you haven't seen it. Go check out the trailer for the new one, link down in the description. It's just such a weird thing. Let's move on, though. We have one piece of regular-ass news this week, and it is Shrek 5 is actually going to be a thing. DreamWorks has announced that the movie is happening, already has a release date of July 1st in 2026, which would imply they've been working on it for at least 6 months to a year at this point. All of the big cast members are coming back. Eddie Murphy, Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, all coming back to reprise their roles. So it just bringing the band back together, as it were. That's everything we've got for movies, save for your movie suggestion this week. Your movie suggestion is eXistenZ. It's a movie from 1999. It's stylized very interestingly. It's supposed to be a take on eXistenZ, the title. It's a David Cronenberg movie. It's on Dimension Films. This is one of the most 90s sci-fi things that I think I could think of. And the crazy thing about this is I really didn't think of this. Again, being as, kind of running into a little bit of roadblock as far as the creative juices are concerned when it comes to suggestions for this stuff. I went to the AI again and said, recommend me a movie that's a little obscure that self-identified nerd would love, and this was the second thing it spit out. The like third or fourth thing. But the first ones were all the expected ones. Matrix, oh Lord, I'm brain farting the rest of them. But Matrix, it was that kind of level, so that's why I said obscure. And I honestly have not seen eXistenZ, but David Cronenberg is always a win. That is absolutely... Jason Leigh usually is a win, but David Cronenberg being the director, I can definitely get behind it without ever having seen it, because I don't know that I've ever seen Cronenberg do a bad movie. I will be watching this movie for the first time this week as well, so why don't you join me? That brings us to the end of the video, nerds. Thank you very much for joining me for the news. Once again, there is a full and probably much more up-to-date and recent episode of the news, the full-length version, if you will, called The Week in Nerddom over on the main channel, linked down in the description, and probably link popping up somewhere around my face right about now. So click on that, go check that out as well, or if you prefer your news in more truncated pieces, then by all means just stick around here and go check out some of the other stuff we offer on this channel. Thank you very much for joining me. We will see you in the next one. Before we go, always remember, nerds, that if it is generally nerdy, it's probably here.